Hey, I'm Ashley Doby. I've been with Great Lakes off and on since 2009. I'm also a mom. I have a special needs kiddo. I have a daughter with autism, and I have a younger son as well. And I'm a detective with Kenosha PD. I was probably like 13 and I remember being excited to get my license because I wanted to go to church and I wanted to figure that out. Growing up, it wasn't that we weren't allowed to talk about God, we just didn't. We are technically Catholic. And then I kind of looked at my parents one day, I'm like, why am I doing this? We don't talk about this at home. Like, I feel like the odd one out there and I'm not learning anything really. I'm not like retaining. For years, I looked at different churches and really didn't find anything. So in 2009, I was invited by a friend to check it out and I liked it. I remember I brought my mom when she would come visit. I brought my boyfriend who later became my husband and all of that, and it was great. So then fast forward to the point of, my marriage isn't doing so great. It had gone off and on throughout the years because we were here, we moved up to Milwaukee, we moved back. But for a long time, especially post-divorce, I was like, I moved down here, it was marriage related, trying to, salvage some things, and it didn't work, and I'm still here. And I'm kind of mad that I'm here because this isn't home to me and I don't want to be here. And in that moment, I was like, that was God doing that. He brought me back because he knew what I needed. And I'm gonna try not to cry now. But it really was. It was what I needed, what my kids needed. It's the community, because I have never felt more supported than I do at that church. And as someone, like many others, but oh my gosh, like many others who has felt judged, throughout the years, that I don't feel that there. Just the feeling when you walk through those doors and people saying hi, those who know you and those who don't. When I was new and no one knew me, I still felt welcomed, but now it's like another family. It was that one place, like when I came back, it felt good to be back. I'd have a very uncomfortable but very necessary conversation with Doug LaBelle at one point. Kind of that like, hey, what brings you back? And it was like, oh, well, this is kind of part of it, going through a divorce. And he's like, oh, is there anything, anything you can do? I'm like, yeah, no, it's done. It is what it is, kind of a thing. But it was a really good conversation because it was like that icebreaker of, this is okay here, and not feeling so judged, because it was a really hard thing to do. When I started bringing my kids, I wanted them to have a different upbringing than I did. So bringing them was a huge deal for me. But Emma having autism, it was just a challenging thing. Like, how do I leave her with people I don't know and people who don't know her, and what works for her, what doesn't, all of that. So one day I just ended up meeting Allie, would have been the first one. And Allie's phenomenal. And she and Emma just clicked. And then Rebecca came in and Katie came in, and it is the best team ever. And I love it. And I know that she loves it because she asks to go, and Alex asked to go, and they enjoy it. It was such a huge sigh of relief, and I might have even shed a tear or two because I was just so grateful. I don't think I can adequately articulate how grateful I am, but I know that I ended up back here because God brought me back here. This is where I belong. This church, this is for me and my kids, and this is home.